In this episode of Who Would Win, we have Khârn the Betrayer versus Kayvaan Shrike.
We play and call it work.
Today my opponent will be my son, Morgan. He'll be using Kayvaan Shrike, and I'll be using Khârn the Betrayer. Khârn the Betrayer, Curse of Skalathrax. Khârn has dedicated his millennia-long existence to unleashing bloody carnage upon anyone and anything within reach. He is drawn by the scent of war, as a hungering hound is drawn by fresh meat, and it has become impossible to tally his slaying. Khârn is called a betrayer because of an incident on the demon world of Skalathrax. Fighting against the Emperor's children, the World Eaters needed just one more victory over Fulgrim's warriors before the planet could be claimed in Khorne's name. Khârn cursed his fellow warriors for falling in the attack, and, seizing a flamer, he torched the nearest buildings in a gesture of contempt. He cut down those who tried to stop him and marched into the gloom, consuming the city in flames as he went and slaughtering all that he found. Friend or foe, anarchy engulfed the World Eaters as they fell upon each other, and the Legion was irrevocably split into hundreds of individual warbands. Since that bloody day, Khârn has been Khorne's most ardent warrior, who lives only to slay in the name of the Blood God. Gorechild is Khârn's huge and ancient chain axe, once used by Angron to hack his legend into the worlds of the Great Crusade when the Space Marines reaved across the galaxy. Khârn's weapons include his plasma pistol and Gorechild. In battle, he'll be using his Sigil of Corruption, giving him a 4+ invulnerable save. His special abilities include Blood for the Blood God, which allow him to fight twice in each fight phase instead of only once. Kill, Maim, Burn, which allow him to re-roll hit rolls made for friendly World Eaters units within an inch of him. Death to the False Emperor, which give him extra attacks for making hit rolls of 6+. And to his detriment, the Betrayer, which states he cannot re-roll or modify hit rolls of 1 in the fight phase. Instead, those attacks automatically hit a friendly unit within an inch, but since he's doing a one-on-one matchup in this Who Would Win, and there are no friendly units within an inch of Khârn, the hits are instead discarded. Kayvaan Shrike, Master of Shadows, Chapter Master of the Raven Guard. He who would become Kayvaan Shrike was born into the teeming millions who toil upon the surface of Kievar. His younger years saw him running messages for a Tarkal Gilder gang, a hard life in which he was forced often to take a stand against or use cunning to overcome older and stronger gangers to survive. As a neophyte, he soon proved his prowess, earning the right to a warrior name to mark his entrance to the Raven Guard 10th Company. The forename Kayvaan honored some memory of his gang days, of which he would not speak, while Shrike he chose for the swift hunterhawks that nested high in the Dygothian mountains. The Raven's Talons. Shortly after his rise to captain's rank, Kayvaan Shrike won the Contest of Shadows, a bicentennial trial of strength and ingenuity. In victory, he was permitted to select any item from the Ravenspire's vaults, his to wield in the Emperor's service until his last breath. After days of meditation, with nothing for company save the dust of the hollow halls, Shrike chose a matched pair of lightning claws, named the Raven's Talons. Impossible to know for sure whether Corax crafted these claws with his own hands, or merely ordered their creation. The Raven's Talons are beyond sharp, their merest caress splitting ceramite like papyrus, and stripping flesh from bone. In Shrike's hands, these lightning-wreathed claws are the very last thing many foes of the Imperium ever see. In battle, he blasts Blackout, a pistol 2 weapon with 18-inch range, strength 4, -2 AP with 2 damage. It can target a character even if it's not the closest enemy unit, and wound rolls of 6+, inflict mortal wounds in addition to any other damage. His special abilities include Chapter Master, which allow him re-roll hit rolls for attacks. Driving Charge. After he finishes a charge move, he selects an enemy unit within an inch, and on the d6 roll of 4+, that unit suffers a mortal wound. Iron Halo, giving him a 4+ invulnerable save. Grav Shoot, which allow him close deployment to the enemy. And Winged Deliverance, which allow him to re-roll his charge rolls. Rolling to see who goes first, Morgan. Let's do it. 2, 3. Khârn goes first. I'm gonna move Khârn forward. Boom. And I have to mention this. We're in the Devastator Doctrine. That matters because Kayvaan Shrike has a special ability which comes into play during the Tactical Doctrine. I'll advance up a little bit, 3 inches, bringing me right to here. Kayvaan's turn, he's gonna move forward. He goes 14 inches for his movement because he's a special guy. Ooh, look at that, they're awfully close. Kayvaan Shrike takes out his blackout and is gonna shoot it at Khârn. Pistol 2, hitting on 2s. 2 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, wounding on 4s. Oh, you got a 6! You inflict a mortal wound in addition to any other damage. My wounds go down to 4. You're -2 on the blackout, but good thing I have my Sigil of Corruption. 4+ invuln save. Oh no, I fail it! I take 2 more damage. I go down to 2 wounds. Morgan, we didn't even fight in close combat and you're killing me already. Rolling to charge now. I cannot fire Overwatch due to your Warlord trait. And you need 5 inches on 2 dice. Oh, you get exactly 5. You make it in. And now we're fighting in close combat. You go first. Diving charge, 4+ inflicts a mortal wound. Does not. You're attacking with your Raven's Talons. 7 attacks because of Shock Assault, hitting on 2s. All hits. Wounding on 4s. You can re-roll the wound roll with your Raven's Talons. Oh, 5 wounds in total. -3 AP on this, so I'll be using my 4+ Sigil of Corruption. If even one of these goes through, I'm dead, Morgan. Oh. And Kayvaan Shrike slices through the armor of Khârn the Betrayer with his Raven's Talons and takes him out. Reset to starting positions. We're gonna do a best 2 of 3 for this. And Morgan, you can go first this time.
Now I'm moving Kayvaan Shrike 14 inches. Now shooting his blackout pistol at Khârn. Its range is in 18 inches.
Inches?
Pistol 2 hitting on 2s. Both hits. Strength 4, toughness 4, wounding on 4s. No wounds. Time to charge. Khârn can't fire Overwatch due to my Warlord trait, Shadow Master. I need an 11 on 2 dice. Because of my Wing Deliverance ability, I can roll again. And I still don't make it.
And now it's Khârn's turn. So I'm going to move forward my 6 inches. And I know that I have a 5-inch charge when it comes time to charge you. First things first, I'm going to fire my plasma pistol at you. I hit you on 2s. That's a hit. Strength 8 versus toughness 4, I wound you on 2s. Oh, I don't wound you! Now Khârn's gonna charge Kayvaan Shrike.
I lost a tooth. Overwatching with my blackout. Hitting on 6s. But I can reroll these because I'm a chapter master. I still miss!
Rolling to charge you, I need 5 inches. I get a 5 exactly! And he comes in with Gorechild. Khârn's gonna swing first, going with his first volley of attacks. 8, hitting on 2s. And wounding you on 3s.
I have a 4 up vulnerable save. Because of my Iron Halo.
Unfortunately, you only make one of them, so 4 go through. Khârn's Gorechild does D3 damage, so I'm gonna roll this, and this is how much damage he takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he takes 7 wounds. You won a round, I won a round. Now we're gonna see who's the true winner of this matchup. Roll to see who's gonna go first. You go first.
This time I'm not moving on 14, I'm moving on 1 foot instead. Because my gun has an 18 range, and if I did do 18, I would be right there.
Is it your intention to be 18 inches from me?
Yes, because my pistol has an 18 shot range. And the farther I can get from you, the better. Now shooting with my blackout. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Both wounds.
4 up, Sigil of Corruption, invulnerable save. Made 1, 1 goes through. For a total of 2 damage, but because you rolled a 6 on the wound, that inflicts a mortal wound in addition to regular damage. So I actually take 3 wounds from that. Brings me down to 2 wounds, Morg.
Just like the first round.
Yeah.
Your turn, I have nothing else to do.
I'm gonna move here, my 6 inches, and I'm actually going to advance another 3 so that I'm over here. This is definitely one of those times where we could see that Kayvaan could easily shoot Khârn from a distance, but if I block your line of sight, you're forced to move closer.
I'm moving here. Shooting with my black arrow.
2 hits. It's the tactical doctrine now. You get +1 to wound due to your surgical strike, so you're wounding on 3s now. I have to make this, Morg. If I don't, then I'm dead because it does 2 damage. 4+. Oh! And you take Khârn out from afar. And Kayvaan Shrike takes the cake in this matchup.
What cake?
The cake that you're gonna eat